Greetings to all who are listening to this meditation. I would like to begin by stating that through my own experience as a magician, that magic works best when it is applied upon oneself. As you create changes of yourself, those changes will begin to be reflected outward within your reality, and the manifestation of desire and a clear, harmonious path on this plane begins to essentially fall into place in a more natural and organic way. One way to do this is through the emergence of one's consciousness with animal totems in order to capitalize on their abilities to adapt within the hardship of nature. And this is essentially a step which leads to the magic of shape-shifting. You see, a shapeshifter can relate to and harmonize and adjust instincts and behaviors through this kind of work, and they can then utilize this conscious intent to implement these instincts and adaptive abilities as conditions within your reality would warrant. The shapeshifter is one who essentially manipulates his or her internal energies as well as their external energies, or emanations of those internal energies, which most people would call the aura. And this is done for the sake of spiritual growth. However, this spiritual growth will begin to take place on the physical plane as well, because there's a illusory veil between the higher and lower planes, as most would call it. And the shapeshifter essentially can find the creative possibilities within the imposed limits of this dense plane. And through shapeshifting, they can essentially overcome those limitations. So by learning to shift your consciousness, and by learning to align with and adapt your energies with animals found within nature, this can aid your ability to thrive within the world. This particular meditation it's not really about your power animal or your shadow animal totem. It's more about aligning your energies with nature as a whole through the middle world. As you step into this middle world through this meditative process, all of creation will observe you as you observe it through the perception of the bear totem. You see, the bear holds the keys of awakening the power of the subconscious mind. So at this moment, I want you to focus on your breathing. Breathe slowly and breathe rhythmically. And as you do, bring your consciousness to the crown of your head. and feel the crown of your head open up. And beginning now, we are going to begin to walk through every color of the basic light spectrum in order to ground our consciousness into the middle world. Continue to breathe slowly and rhythmically, and as you do, relax. Close your eyes, and on the dark screen found behind your eyelids, visualize the color purple. Watch the color purple shift into the color indigo. Watch the color indigo shift into the color blue. Watch the color blue shift into the color green. Watch the color green shift into the color yellow. Watch the color yellow shift into the color orange. Watch the color orange shift into the color red. Breathe slower and slower. Relax more and more. And when the color red reaches its climax, when it reaches its greatest intensity, I want you to sink into the earth and root yourself deep into the soil. Feel the cold texture of the soil as it envelops you. Feel the coolness and observe the darkness. As you observe this darkness, notice that your physical reality begins to essentially fade away. Now within this darkness, I want you to open up your mind's eye. And as you do, I want you to find yourself in a deep, dark forest, holding a torch in your right hand. Begin walking towards a clearing within this dark forest. The clearing is circular. Move to the center of it, and when you do, notice that there's a dense, wet mist touching the surface of your spiritual skin. The darkest night surrounds you, and this dark night is lit only by the fire upon your torch and the darkness compels you to stare up at the night sky. You see the Great Bear constellation, Ursa Major. The 7 stars shine and they twinkle. They sparkle with beautiful rays of divine light. Your sense of time within this middle world begins to dissipate as you come to the realization that you are observing these stars as they were a long time in the past, and as fast as light moves, you are not looking at these stars as they are in the moment. All that exists is the now. Past and future begin to close in on you, and as a result of this, you feel your aura begin to pulse. It begins to push outward from the center of this clearing in 360 degrees. And with your aura, you can feel and experience every tree, every animal, every insect and spider web, every mushroom within this vast dark forest. And it takes your breath away. It makes you weak in the knees when your aura encounters the bear totem. Your face is warm, yet chills now flow up your spine. The bear totem is now moving in the woods. You hear the bear's massive paws break branches upon the forest floor. You hear the leaves rustling. It sounds massive. This indicates that the bear has heard your energetic call through your auric blast. And so the bear begins to encroach through the mist. You hear its heavy breathing. You hear its slow yet steady movement towards you. And this upcoming sacred gathering produces a peace within your soul. The bear's aura begins to reach out for you, and so your auras begin to overlap, bringing you closer and closer and closer together, until finally, through the dense mist, you perceive the bear standing right before you. Observe the size and color of the bear. Observe its stance. Observe the kind of bear that came to your call. Take note of its behavior, for later on all of these things will act as very powerful and potent messages from the bear totem, as simple and insignificant as they may seem. Stare into the bear's eyes. Telepathically speak to the bear. Strong and mighty bear, I invoke thee. I search for bear medicine. I search for your teaching. Teach me to tap into my inner caverns of energy and essence, so that I may survive the harshest winters and seasons of distress. Teach me to shut down my discrimination. Teach me to move beyond my limited discernment so that I may heal and grow. Teach me to go deep within so that all of my decisions and choices can be made from a position of personal power. Mighty Bear Spirit, teach me to climb my obstacles as you climb the giant trees, so that I may see circumstances and situations with clarity from the highest possible levels of spiritual perception, as if I was atop the tallest trees in existence. Mighty Bear, I offer you my friendship. I ask that you would grant me your bear medicine, so that what I awaken within myself on our journeys, I can bring into the physical plane and apply it for my own personal growth and development, for the greater good of this world. The bear then grants you a sign of welcome, a secret gesture which is unique to you and your newfound bear ally. The bear's aura starts to envelop you, and you begin to envelop the bear with your aura. The pulse of these merging energies consumes the both of you until you completely unite and merge upon the middle world. The torch drops from your hand, and you are brought into the bear's consciousness. Though it is unsettling, it is spiritually invigorating as you look through the bear's consciousness, staring at your astral body on the forest floor. Being inside the bear's body and being one with its consciousness, the bear speaks to you. It reveals that you will be shown your inner bear's den, where your inner bear and your inner energy reserves reside. You begin to walk on all fours, one uneasy step at a time. With each step, you can feel your fur moving around as the momentum of your massive body thrusts you forward into the unknown experience which you are about to partake of. And you walk to your den by the light of the moonlight. Take note of anything that stands out along the way. Though the journey might be secretive and arduous, you may receive powerful messages from the middle world as you make this journey. Off in the distance, you see an etheric glow, and the mighty bear tells you that this is the entrance to your den. You approach your den, and you enter. Observe the inside of your den. Listen to what the bear tells you about it. Change things if you must, and if the bear guides you to. Take note of what is stored there. Take note of these things, because these too are powerful messages from the other realms. This den is where all of your unlimited reserves of energy are stored, and so what I want you to do now is to begin to absorb the etheric light of this den, because this is your own unlimited personal power. It is your unlimited potential. It is your unending ideas and creative impulses. Absorb all of this energy until the den becomes dark. And within this darkness, through the inner light which now emanates from within, you may notice things that are hidden within this darkness. Take note of these things. Some of these things you may need to take with you. They are possibly things that you may need to unearth and apply in your life so that you can grow through the power of bear medicine. Listen to the bear who speaks to you. Listen to its wisdom. The bear gently insists on one more journey. And so you slowly emerge from your den and you take one last look backward, should you ever need to return. One big, heavy step follows another through the mist. You can hear everything. Owls, frogs, crickets. You feel the earth beneath your massive paws, and you hear the thud that they make as they hit the ground. Take note of anything that you may see as you emerge from your den and start moving towards your second destination. The bear tells you of a tree, a magical tree within this forest that belongs specifically to you. This tree you will climb together. This tree represents the path of your ascent into the celestial realms. This is your climb to godlike power and greatness, and it will not be easy. You begin to make your way into a moonlit meadow. And in the distance, you see a tree which sparkles in the night. Make your way towards this tree and observe anything that may catch your attention along the way. As you make your way to this tree, observe it in all of its grandeur. What kind of tree is it? How tall is the tree? Observe the branches and the number of them. Observe the diameter of the trunk. When you make your way to the tree, feel the texture of the bark. Feel the texture of the leaves. Introduce yourself to the tree and ask the tree its name. The bear guides your instinct to turn around and scratch your back against the tree, and it reveals the practical purpose for doing this. The purpose is to offer up your fears and anxieties of the climb to the tree so that its light can grow brighter. It can use this fear and this anxiety and grow stronger from it. And it also helps relieve some of the tensions upon this journey of ascent. Begin your climb. Feel your claws dig into the tree. Feel your hind legs supporting your massive weight, and begin your ascent into the heavens. Harness the inner strength which you have absorbed from your den, and contemplate the upcoming obstacles symbolized by the various patterns of branches which prevent your straight climb to the top. Harness this power and climb to the top. Listen to any words of wisdom your bear has, and take note of anything that you observe upon your climb. Are there other animals within the tree? What sounds do you hear? By now you may notice that you are grunting as a bear would grunt. And you know that it is not your own human consciousness that is empowering this climb, and so you know that slowly but surely you will indeed reach the top. Climb higher and higher, and as you do, observe all that you may encounter along the way. When you reach the top, look out and soak up the majestic view. Everything is so clear. Everything is more real than even that which you experience in this physical realm that I speak from. The wind is much stronger and the air is much more crisp. And you feel that your nose is cold and dry. Your massive paws and legs are fatigued, and so you rest. And as you rest, observe all that you perceive. Hear the wolves howling at the moon in the distance. What else do you hear? What else do you see? Take note of everything and observe all that the middle world is trying to communicate to you. And know that this is the greatest and most powerful gift of bear medicine. You begin to slowly slide down, digging into the tree. You hear the distinct scraping sound of your paws holding on to prevent your sudden fall. And you begin to smell honey. The aroma causes your senses to become stimulated, and your mouth begins to water. Sweet honey. This is the fruits of your labor. This is the gift of a long journey. Follow the scent of the honey as you descend. As you descend, continue to take note of anything that you may hear or encounter along the way. Follow the scent of the honey until you come upon a beehive upon the tree. You knock the hive down to the ground, and you continue to descend. And on the ground, you begin to play with the hive, breaking it and licking your massive paws until you taste the sweet honey upon your tongue. Bees begin to swarm around you, but they do not bother you. To partake of this honey with the bear is sacred communion. And as you share this treat of the fruits of this journey, the bear may begin to offer deep insight into how its medicine can be applied in your life. Listen to the bear for a moment. After you have partaken of your late night snack, the trek to your body starts. The tree bids you farewell until the next time. And you begin to walk back, still seeing through the bear's eyes, still perceiving from inside of its body. The bear may continue to recap and go over key points of upcoming trials that you may face. As he does, certain branches upon your climb may stand out, and you will know that these are symbols of specific trials. The bear may tell you how to use this medicine, to go back to the tree and simply utilize the bear's strength to tear them from the trunk, making your path to ascent easier. Others are necessary to make the climb. The Great Bear Spirit will reveal these things to you on the journey back to your body. As you get closer to your body, the mist grows thicker. And as though the mist becomes a screen through which you can perceive your body, and then it swiftly departs. The bear's aura starts to separate from your consciousness and swirl around you. Your ears begin to vibrate with an intense resonance, and everything goes black. You experience sharp tingling all over your limbs. And as you open your eyes, you realize you are back in your human form, practically glued to the forest floor. You struggle to stand because your legs, feet, and hands are asleep. And you perceive the bear standing before you like a gentle giant. Your mouth may feel strange from eating of the spiritual nectar of life. And it may be hard to stand because you are now standing on only 2 legs. So you may experience a little bit of vertigo. You may notice that without the fur, you feel naked. Without this massive weight, you feel so small. You are cold and almost weightless. Now it is time to depart. Look into the bear's eyes once more and telepathically communicate. I thank you, wise bear, for journeying with me this full moon. I thank you, for this journey has been of great power and significance for me. It has offered me great insight, and it has been a great work of alchemical transmutation of my spiritual self. I will take all of the lessons that you have given me and more into my life, and I vow to use them to grow. I vow to use your wisdom to thrive within the harshest conditions of winter. Listen. Listen now for the bear's response. What does the bear tell you? After the bear has given you its message of departure, it will offer a sign of great respect, and love. And as the bear starts to wander off, the mist swarms around you in a dense fashion, and though it's wandering off, you feel its presence within grow stronger. As this presence grows stronger, let the mist blind you. And as you become blinded by this wet mist experienced in the middle world, allow your physical reality to take its place within your consciousness once more. Open your eyes, clap your hands, and return to your normal waking consciousness. At this point, I would suggest that the participants of this meditation would take a spoonful of bee pollen and/or honey. This will help to ground you back into the physical consciousness, closing the spiritual doorways which have been opened. And it will also make a physical offering to the bear spirit which now dwells within you. And in this way, all of the symbolism which should now be recorded on paper can be explored, and great wisdom and insight can be gained from it. You can utilize this meditation as often as you wish, and the more you work with the bear totem, the more personal these journeys will become, until finally this meditation will become obsolete. You will begin to go on your own journeys and go deeper into your own personal bear's den, gaining the deepest secrets of your own internal strength and power. I really hope you have enjoyed this meditation, and I hope that it serves you well on your spiritual journey.